In Saudi, I am going to completely steal the thunder of my next guest and say, guess what country was top? Mamoun Hmedan, Chief Business Officer of Wego. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning.
Saudi Arabia, topping your list, but not just for 1 month or even the quarter.
It's actually been nearly 2 quarters seeing Saudi Arabia as a top-ranked destination, as an inbound destination from the travelers from the region, even globally. It's expected, to be honest. I mean, we've been seeing that sort of work tremendously, being focused on building a new sort of destination within the region, and be it for business, be it for religious travel, mix between both. I mean, the Umrah Plus program kind of rolled out in a very nice way and worked beautifully for the kingdom.
I wanted to say, with Saudi being your top destination for travellers from the Middle East for the past 6 months, and you look at what people are searching for as well as what they're booking, can you divide up how much of that is business travel, how much is pilgrimage, and how much is pure leisure tourism?
Yeah, true. I mean, for now, we can say around 50% is business. So we still see lots of business travel to Saudi. There is another, I would say 20 to 25% of the remaining 50%, half of them will be purely on Umrah trips. So people traveling to Mecca end up traveling to Jeddah, staying in Mecca for a couple of days and come back. And the rest are actually whether mix between Umrah and a few other days in other destinations within Saudi, or purely on tourism, be it for the Riyadh season or some of the concerts or the events or whatever's happening there.
Okay, and if we look at the other destinations that we've got, Egypt, India, obviously, and we know from Paul Griffiths the huge contribution that Indian travel in and out of Dubai makes to DXB. Were there any new trends at the end of last year? Any changes in our patterns?
Yes, the noticeable changes. We're seeing more short-haul than long-haul travel demand in the past pretty much 12 months, I would say, where people are more closer to going into short trips, short destinations rather than long-haul. The noticeable thing is the UK is back as number one destination within the European destinations, after giving that spot to multiple other destinations. I mean, COVID and post-COVID, where basically Georgia, Azerbaijan, and some of the other countries kind of took over the UK position. Now it is back as number one. Thailand is still unbeatable as a destination, noticeably, and that's kind of a trend that we started to see, a couple of quarters ago. Russia is within the top 20 now and continuously growing. China, of course, is back into the action as well. So generally, within the region here, Egypt remains as one of the favorites. UAE is definitely keeping the rank, and Saudi is noticeable kind of a new destination in the planning.
So 1 month down in 2024, how have we started off this year?
Actually, January this year is quite strong compared to how usually January is in different years. I mean, usually January is kind of the a dip within the seasonality before the spring break, Easter break, extra. But January this year noticeably came with lots of demand. Again, Saudi remains to be as a top destination on demand, followed by India, Pakistan, and UAE. So,
is the era of revenge travel that we saw coming out of COVID, flights at any cost, those high prices not putting people off, is that finished?
I would say so. Yeah, I like to think so. I think it's over for the revenge travel. As revenge travel, people took that pattern. Prices are not back to where it was before until now. I mean, definitely we're still seeing an increase. If you compare with 2019, we're still seeing an increase of roughly 30 to 35% as a extra cost of travel. But if you compare it with the 2022 prices and 2023, it started to normalize that a bit and go back slightly before what we have seen around those 2 years. So I would say we will not see the same prices we used to see in 2019, but definitely we're not gonna remain where we were last year.
Mamoun Hmedan is the Chief Business Officer of Wego in the studio this morning to talk to us about how we finished last year